going to promise you one thing, this is not your standard travel guide. Look, I'm going to take you on a journey full of stories that you've never heard, places that you've never seen. There's going to be ancient cities full of history. It's going to be a whole bunch of mystery. So let's go check out my top 10 most unique travel destinations. Welcome to Jiangnan, the prosperous land south of the Qinghai River, where the elite gentry class once thrived. Here, literati, artisans and musicians were masters of their crafts, creating poetry, calligraphy and music that shaped Chinese culture. As I wandered these ancient streets, I had the chance to sit with a calligrapher whose family had been in the art for over 500 years. In this region, art isn't just a skill. It's a legacy passed through generations. The beauty here isn't just in the landscape, but in the stories woven into every brushstroke. Imagine standing at the base of a tree that's older than the Roman Empire. That's what you'll experience in Redwood Forest, California. Those towering giants are not only the tallest trees on Earth, but some are also over 2,000 years old. Walking through this forest, you feel as though it's just a world apart, where time moves slower and nature reigns supreme. Fun fact, the tallest tree here stands at a whopping 379 feet tall, making it taller than the Statue of Liberty. Lisbon, the vibrant capital of Portugal, it almost disappeared in 1755. A catastrophic earthquake destroyed much of the city, but what's fascinating is how they rebuilt. Pombaline architecture, named after the Marquis of Pombal, became the foundation for modern Lisbon. The streets were redesigned to prevent such destruction again, and the city that rose from the rubble became even more beautiful. Today, Lisbon stands as a testament to resilience. Every corner tells the story of how beauty can emerge from tragedy. Next up is Gugong, or the Forbidden City in Beijing. Where the world knows about its emperors, palaces and bureaucratic system, what's less known is the corruption that slithered through its halls. Legend has it the top officials developed a clever scheme to avoid accusations of corruption that accept bribes in the form of extravagant gifts. Then they would return a lesser gift to seem honourable. But trust me, these lesser gifts were far from worthless. Walking through these ancient corridors, it's easy to imagine the delicate dance of power and greed that once played out. Istanbul, it's a sensory overload. The smells of spices, the glitter of lanterns, and the endless chatter of the bazaars. But let me tell you about Mahmoud, the rug salesman that I met on my journey. What began as a haggling session turned into hours of teas, stories, and laughter. Mahmoud taught me not just about the rugs, but about the art of friendship. By the end, I didn't just walk away with a beautiful handwoven piece. I left with a new perspective on how these markets are more than just places of commerce. They're actually spaces of connection. Now let me take you to Quedlinburg, a charming little town in Germany. But here's the kicker, this place was once infamous for its quack doctors. That's right, healers with dubious qualifications who travelled from village to village with their miracle cures. As I walked these cobblestone streets, I tracked down the last living descendants of one of these quacks, Hans, who still has his great-grandfather's collection of medicines. Look, it turns out those miracle cures were mostly fermented cabbage and mushroom soup, but hey, it was a time when anything was worth a try. Now we find ourselves at the heart of ancient Greece, the Acropolis of Athens. Perched high on a rocky hill, The Parthenon dominates the skyline. But did you know that it was once used as a gunpowder magazine? That's right, during Ottoman rule it was filled with explosives and one ill-fated cannon shot nearly destroyed it. Walking among these ancient ruins, it's surreal to think about how this cradle of democracy had survived so many centuries of conflict. And yet, here it stands, a symbol of resilience and beauty. Now, few roads are as iconic as the Tokaido Road in Japan. This 500-kilometer trek from Kyoto to Tokyo is filled with stunning views and fascinating people. As I walked this ancient highway, I encountered tea house owners, street performers, and even a 97-year-old fisherman who shared stories of his grandfather walking the very same path. It's a reminder that journey can be just as meaningful as the destination. From towering trees to misty coastlines, Cascadia is a paradise for nature lovers. Spanning parts of the USA and Canada, the wildlife here is just as breathtaking as the scenery. On my trip, I encountered bald eagles and even saw bears catching salmon in the rivers. Cascadia's natural beauty is unrivaled, but it's the harmony between the animals and the landscape that really takes your breath away. This place isn't just a region. It's a living, breathing ecosystem that's as wild as it is beautiful. Now finally, after all these travels, we get to number 10. And I want to talk about my favorite beach, and that's Santa Monica in the USA. This place is buzzing with energy, from surfers catching waves to street performers putting on a show. It's a melting pot of people, each with their own unique story. Whether you're strolling along the iconic pier or grabbing a taco at the beachside shack, Santa Monica reminds me that sometimes the best adventures are found right on the shore. There we go, 10 incredible places with 10 incredible stories. Look, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you would have known that I used to do board game videos, but that was the old me. Look, I've matured now and travel is my true passion. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Anyway, till next time, I'm Hogs. This is the Travel Bangers Project. Laters.